Didn't see you there. But anyways, today the Corvette's gonna get a new exhaust system, and we're gonna be putting on the neighbor haters because my neighbors already hate me, so may as well make them hate me more, right? So now I've got the Borla muffler. I'm gonna cut this off and see what I can do about making this new one fit. Hopefully everything goes to plan because the lengths aren't the same. Time to weld this to this. Honestly, I cannot believe how good that looks for a flux core, you know, no gas whatsoever. Really mad decent.
The next day.
Currently we're marking the muffler for where I gotta cut it off and I can weld the adapter to it. I'm trying to cut it a little bit away from the weld so I have some normal material to weld to. So it'll sit on there like that, and then I'll chop it off right here so that it'll be the same length and it'll fit like a stock exhaust.
The reason why I called Brock is because, well, he's the real welder, so he's gonna get this job done better than I could. And the reason why we're using reducers, once again, is because this is a 3-inch. They only sell it with a 3-inch outlet and inlet, and my exhaust is 2-inch. So that's why you use the reducer to make everything work together.
Let me get my phone out.
That's why I probably should have called Brock from the beginning, although I did. And he said, wait till tomorrow, and I was like, nah, I'm impatient. But look at that. Actually looks really, really good.
The reason why it's so gray is because I'm using a number, I think this is like a 4 or 3 cup. Normally you would use a larger one so you can get more argon in it, but we don't have any, and I'm working with what I got. Also, this stainless, pretty sure is 2 different types for between the Black Widow exhaust, and this is just got it from AutoZone. It's a adapter, so it's not the best quality stainless, and it's got impurities in it, but it's coming out way better than if he did it.
Oh. Really? Now I'm gonna practice my TIG welding, and I'm gonna come back and say, what'd you say?
You can do the other side, we'll run it right now.
So that's what happens when you get Brock to come here with the TIG welder. Looks really good. This is what happens when you give me a flux core with stainless steel wire. I mean, it won't leak, but it's not as pretty. This is obviously the more ideal situation. You can see the penetration's a lot better. You can see the discoloration. So that is the better solution. If you look inside, you can see the welds on the other side a lot more than you can see them on this. So that means it penetrated more and it fused.
I also want to note, there was about a 1/16 to an 1/8 inch of a gap between this at some points, just because it wasn't perfectly circular. So if there's a few, parts where it's a bit more bubbled up or it doesn't look right, I was working with what I got. I would slide it on here first.
This thing is gonna sound so freaking good. The 9+ hours of fabricating might actually be worth it. right, Brock, what are we doing now?
I'm gonna start this.
Yeah, I think that's right. Almost 2 in the morning. Let her rip.
Sounds good though.
It's not like crazy loud too. It's like nice loud.
Oh yeah. It's got a good chop to it.
3 days later.
This right here was the last oil change before I can floor it. So we still have one more at 1,000 to finish the break-in, but we reached that 600-mile mark. So now we can go ahead and floor the Corvette. And the oil, once again, is looking good. Thank God. I'm not seeing any chunks of copper or any rod-bearing material in the oil. So we're good to go on this. And we're gonna start flooring the Corvette. Open it up so you guys can hear what it actually sounds like with load, not just cruising around. But I wanted to address or mention the fact that this thing is running hot. You know, probably hotter than your local Latina. Dealing with a 234 coolant temp in traffic, and it's just radiator and fan inefficiency. So I'm gonna reach out to DeWitt and see, yo, Caden, shut up, bro. What are you doing, bro? I was saying, we're gonna hit up DeWitt and see if they can do some sort of like sponsorship with me where they can put in a triple core radiator and these big fans that blow at 3,500 CFM. So this thing's about to take off, but in all seriousness, it should run at about 185 to 190 in traffic after that, and I'd be more comfortable with that. 234 isn't necessarily dangerous, but it's super hot, and over time, that will fatigue things like the head gasket and other gaskets in the motor. So that's why I just want to keep it cooler. And imagine after you go do hits in the sun. Like, it's 95 degrees outside. It's probably going to hit 245. Huge bug on there.
A few moments later.
Something's on fire.
It's coming from down here.
Huh? What is that? Is it my battery? What is that? Did a fuel line burst?
No, it doesn't smell like fuel. It smells like plastic.
What could be burning that?
So, we pulled over because the throttle body reduced the engine power.
I keep having that issue. I don't know why we haven't resolved it. It's random. Like, you'll go do hits and it's completely fine, and then the second you're just cruising, it'll hit a reduced engine power.
So, as you guys saw, right as we stopped, we started seeing a lot of smoke come from the hood. Started freaking out, thought it was the battery, and realized it smelled like grass and like plant matter burning. So we rolled the car forward.
And the car is so low that if you're in tall grass, it starts burning it.
Yeah, that was
What
a false alarm.
Good thing I had a fire extinguisher though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you guys don't have a fire extinguisher in your project car, you probably need one.
All right, we're gonna try round 2. I think
An exhaust clamp just probably popped and it made that noise because I hit a bump like a second before that and I think it popped, but I don't know why the car stalled. That was weird.
we'll have to check it out when we get home and jack it up, but round 2. I'll put my seatbelt on.
Let's hope I can actually shift.
All right, take 2. Got the GoPro on.
It's all in the head.
I think he missed. We gotta figure something out with that transmission. It is so unbelievably not cheap. I don't know what short throw he has on it, but I don't know anything about Corvettes really.
Cameraman, what'd you think?
I thought that was pretty f***ing crazy.
I did too, although someone needs to go to driving school because I should not be missing 2 gears. But then I made up with it. What? I went 3 for 2?
Yeah,
3 non-missed gears versus 2 missed gears.
But
So,
you got a little bit of a doozy right here.
yeah, I need to adjust the exhaust tips and see why that loud pop happened. We don't know. I think that was an exhaust clamp just hitting something, because if anything else catastrophic would have happened, would have lost oil pressure or it wouldn't drive.
Yeah,
So
I thought it was something with the torque tube at first. I don't know.
that was such a loud pop, it was unsettling. So I'm glad that the Corvette made it back in one piece, but before you guys get on my ass about the exhaust tips not being perfect, let's space them out. I got an idea, and I've let the car cool down for about 5 minutes now since it last ran, so it's totally cool and I'm ready to touch it, right? We're putting some spacers on this exhaust bracket that holds the tips, so it should space it out and further away from the bumper. That's my theory. That is a million times better if you ask me. They're actually aligned now and they're not touching the bumper. Even though they look really close, there's about a 1/4 inch on each side. So I'm just glad that they're lined up now and not crooked. Since I have an incredible use of free will, I went on YouTube and I looked up how to chop more. And hopefully it doesn't make my motor chopped. Boom! But guess what? I went ahead and changed some of the RPM spark, so we advanced the timing a little bit. And apparently, according to the YouTube expert, which is probably not a good thing, don't do this at home, it is going to make it chop hard. I asked ChatGPT, so that's all the validation I need to do this. So let's do it. Luke, did you really think you would see Toby the Tuna in 2025?
Hopefully it doesn't blow up. Cue the Lego brick explosion sound. Oh, the Corvette went under the knife.
Just finished up flashing. We're gonna hear Lego noises in 3, 2, 1. Wait for it. I am Zatuna! I'm gonna take your job, Calvo. Watch out. Yeah, that's freaking fantastic. Clamp just probably ate it on a bump or something, so that's great. Alright, I'm done doing devious stuff for the night. Holy crap.
It's got a little kick to it.
2 weeks later.
The Corvette is failing the reliability test because it's about to overheat in this stop and go traffic. You can see it right there. It's not good, and we are about to reach 240 degrees coolant temp. So this is a freaking disaster. Well, I lied. It overheated after I turned the car off. So that shows you that my radiator is really not working. Son of a... It's not good. That is the look of shame and a stressed man, because guess what? The traffic got to it. It didn't even overheat to the point where like it's dangerous. Actually, that's not even true because we don't know. The last thing that I saw was 239 degrees, and then I look there and I see it boiling over. This is all the coolant on the ground. We're supposed to be at Halloween Horror Nights right now, and I've got an overheating Corvette, so that's crazy. It's spewed out of here everywhere, which is not ideal, but not the worst case scenario, because that's why I have a cover on the fuse box. But yeah, that's all the coolant of the car. It overheated. If there's coolant in the oil, it'll look like chocolate milk. And the only thing that probably could have happened from the overheating is that a head gasket blew. So there is a chance that that happened. If that happened, then I'm stuck in Orlando with this piece of Corvette that now out on me. And this is why you need to do a radiator, because it can't handle it. It cannot handle an iron block with no radiator. So let that be known. Don't do what I did. So while I was supposed to be enjoying Halloween Horror Nights, I was worried about whether or not my car was going to leave me stranded in Orlando. But it was still pretty fun in the end, so check it out. I still have to get back home, and just because I put coolant in it doesn't mean that it's not burning it off and that I don't have a blown head gasket. So what I can do is check the oil, see how it looks. You may not necessarily see it if it looks like chocolate milk, but why not? Because the car ran for like a good bit of time yesterday. So let's look at it. Reading on the lower side of things, but it is not chocolate milky. So that is a good sign. That means I could probably drive it home as long as I don't overheat again. I always like to set my expectations low so that when you don't achieve them, you're not even disappointed. But the Corvette finally made it back home, and you want to know what the ironic thing is? Come over here, you're gonna see. We got the DeWitt hookup, 3200 CFM. That's enough to blow any hot air away. That's crazy. That's insane airflow. It's like we have a jet turbine on the top of this radiator now. This is the new radiator. So ironic. The car overheats yesterday. The radiator that I need comes today. That's insane. But we'll throw that on, and I'm not gonna do anything with this Corvette until it's on, because it's gonna overheat and blow up. So we're not doing that. So a lot of people ask me, does a lightweight flywheel make the car harder to drive? And it 100% does. So the issue here is that you have less rotational inertia, so you need way more revs to get it rolling. If you watch the tack, I have to constantly rev it up, and it's kind of jerky if you're not perfect with it. That's kind of me getting used to it. But at the same time, the car also revs up a lot faster, and it makes rev match downshifting a lot easier because you barely have to tap the throttle. You see how fast it revs? So that's the advantage of a lightweight flywheel. But at the same time, there's some daily drivability loss with it too. My audio completely glitched out, so we're gonna have to go ahead and narrate this. The only reason why I took it to Orlando was to finish the break-in miles for the third and final oil change, so now that's all done. It's literally the perfect road trip and gave me the exact mileage I need for the motor to be broken in. Now, I also wanted to give you guys some lineups or matchups with a base LS2C6 along with an LS3, because I know people that own both of those cars, so you can see how fast my car is compared to theirs, both NA. So until we get that overheating issue sorted, that can't happen. So that is exactly why we have this radiator upgrade, and we're gonna throw it in and finally get to see the difference. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please remember to comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll be back with an even cooler one next. What's up, guys? This is Zesty Wash, and I'm gonna show you what it does today.